Hello, it's Alex and welcome to Hey Little Thrifter. Today I'm doing the mid-year check-in tag. This was originally created by Dane and Harriet Rosie. I will link both of their channels below. So question 1 is, how many books have you read so far this year? And I don't keep track. I don't have a goal for the year, so I really had no idea, but I checked Goodreads and apparently I've read 51 books already, which was pretty astounding for me at least. Bear in mind there were definitely some shorter books in there, some graphic novels, some point horror books, so that definitely helped bump the number up, but yeah, 51 apparently. Question 2 is, what's your favourite book so far this year? And I've had a few 5-star reads, but if I had to pick just one, I would have to go with Bad Brains by Kathy Koja. It's about an artist called Austin who, after an accident, suffers from seizures and visions, and none of the medication is working for him, so he kind of tries to just deal with it by himself. And it's part road trip, part character study, part fever dream, and it's just such a fantastic read. Her writing is really unique and I absolutely love it, and yeah, this story just builds and builds, and yeah, I get chills just thinking about it. Yeah, this was a definite 5-star read for me, and it happened to be the first book I read of 2019 as well, so yeah, I definitely set the year off on a high note. Question 3 is, what's the most disappointing book you've read so far this year? And I'll have to go with The Grave by Christopher Pike. I just wanted a fun Pike horror thriller, and this wasn't it, basically. Question 4 is, what genre have you read most this year? And it's definitely horror. Question 5, name a new favourite author that you've discovered this year. And I'm going to say C.V. Hunt. She is an indie author, and I've read 2 of her novels this year. One was Cockblock, which I gave 4 stars to, and the second was Halloween Fiend, which I gave 3 stars to. She's definitely a talented writer. These were both very different stories, but I enjoyed them both, and I definitely look forward to reading more by her. Question 6. What's the most surprisingly good book you've read so far this year? I'd say The Girl Next Door by Jack Ketchum. I think I was surprised at how much I liked it, considering the horrific content. It's based on a true story. It's about a teenage girl being abused. So yeah, it's something I didn't think I would be able to give 5 stars to, but I did. And it's because his writing is absolutely amazing. Question 7. What are your favourite and most anticipated 2019 releases? My favourite, and I'm cheating a bit with The Reaping by Bernard Taylor. This was originally published in 1980, but it got reprinted this year, so I'm totally counting it. And this I gave 4.5 stars to. It's, just a fantastic horror story. I loved it. And my most anticipated is The Dead Girls Club by Damien Angelica Walters. I read her short story collection Cry Your Way Home earlier this year, which I really liked, so I'm really looking forward to reading a novel by her. This is about a group of teenage girls who are obsessed with the supernatural, and especially the story of a ghost called the Red Lady. And I think this story is told over 2 different time periods, 1991 and the present day. And I was a teenager in the 90s, so I'm expecting all of the nostalgia. Question 8 is, what's your next big priority for your reading? I definitely want to read more Nightmare Queens, which is a series where I talk about vintage horror written by women. And also at the beginning of this year I posted a couple of videos of 5 horror and 5 non-horror books or authors that I really wanted to get to this year. So that's 10 total, and so far I've read 2. So yeah, I'm majorly sucking at that challenge. I really need to pull my finger out and try and get through the other 8 in the second half of the year. Question 9. What's been your bookish highlight of the year so far? And it has to be the horror booktube tag. I was really blown away by the positive response to that tag, and I have been thoroughly enjoying watching other people's videos and hearing everyone's answers. It's, yeah, been absolutely awesome. And I almost didn't even post that video. I had wanted to do something like it for quite a while, and I guess I was just kind of waiting for the right time to do it, but then at some point I realised there is going to be no perfect time, so I should just go ahead and do it whenever. And I spent a lot of time coming up with questions and then filming my video, and I was getting ready to post it, and that's when the doubt crept in, and I was totally second guessing myself and just thinking that everyone was going to hate it, basically. And I had to talk myself into posting it, and, you know, just realising, just put it out there and see what happens. You know, you're never going to know unless you do it. So I am glad I decided to do so, because yeah, it's been a fantastic response. So thank you to everyone who has been making those videos and watching those videos. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and yeah, I definitely would class that as my highlight so far. And number 10, who do you tag? I'm not going to tag anyone specifically because I've seen other people already do this, or the freak out tag, which is kind of similar. So I won't tag anyone in particular, but if you would like to do this tag, then consider yourself tagged. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you again in my next video. Bye!